At 12:13, a 23-year-old male commits the unthinkable against a 12-year-old girl in Southport. According to reports, he had entered the country just months earlier, and tonight, the streets of Britain are burning, because the public has finally said, enough is enough. Mobs erupted across the country the moment details of the attack surfaced. Thousands took to the streets, directing their anger at Keir Starmer's government, holding leadership accountable for a border and justice system they believe has completely failed them. Then the statistics surfaced. According to the Office for National Statistics, England and Wales recorded over 170,000 sexual offenses in a single year, a number that has been rising steadily. And how did the Prime Minister respond? He offered caution. Nationality and religion are not linked to criminal behavior. I call for tolerance. For millions watching, that answer was not enough. By 6:20 p.m., the rage boiled over. Rioters issued demands for accountability and called for Starmer's resignation. Buckingham Palace issued no immediate public statement. For many on the streets, that silence only added fuel to the fire. 5 reinforcement vehicles arrived. 2 were immediately surrounded. Dozens were arrested, several hospitalized. Videos of burning buildings spread across social media within hours, racking up millions of views. Local authorities offered explanations. The public wasn't convinced. Meanwhile, reports emerged of further violent incidents in other parts of the country. Starmer stood firm, refusing to link criminal background or immigration status to the violence publicly. For his critics, that position was the final straw. Let me ask you something. If a citizen protests online about their family's safety, they risk a visit from authorities. But according to multiple investigative reports, grooming gangs operated in British cities for years, and police were reportedly instructed to tread carefully to avoid community tensions. Is this justice, or is this a two-tier state? By 7:32 p.m., clashes between protesters and police intensified. Fireworks were launched. Dozens were hospitalized on both sides. Opposition leader Nigel Farage addressed the nation. Why are we funding hotel accommodation for illegal arrivals? I am proposing a serious deportation plan. Starmer responded, mass deportations are neither practical nor humane. The attacker in the Southport case? Traced partly through the asylum support system, a prepaid card provided to asylum seekers while their cases are processed. A protest outside Parliament asked the question loudly, why are British taxpayers funding a system that has so visibly broken down? International voices entered the conversation too. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance both made public statements criticizing Britain's handling of the situation, though several of their specific claims were disputed by British officials. And where was Starmer during the peak of the crisis? Attending an international summit, an image his critics were quick to weaponize. This is the scale of what Britain is facing. According to the ONS, knife crime has risen significantly over the past 2 decades, with tens of thousands of offenses recorded annually. Channel crossings have surged, with reportedly hundreds of undocumented individuals arriving daily. The government's response has focused on expanding law enforcement, but critics argue those resources are being used to manage protests rather than dismantle criminal networks. The legal debate centers on the Human Rights Act. Farage and his allies argue it makes meaningful deportation almost impossible, pointing to the United States, where the Trump administration carried out large-scale deportation operations, as an alternative model. Whether that model is desirable or even transferable to Britain is a separate debate entirely. What is not debatable is this. British women cannot legally carry pepper spray for self-defense. It is classified as a prohibited weapon under Section 5 of the Firearms Act. In a climate where violent crime is rising, that law is facing serious scrutiny. The people on those streets are not just angry about one attack in Southport. They are angry because they feel the social contract has been broken. They pay their taxes, they follow the laws, and they believe their concerns are being ignored. The question is no longer whether the government can restore order. The question the public is asking is, whose side is the government actually on?